Both are at home, both play teams from higher divisions, and both have realistic chances of progressing further, especially if history repeats itself. Remember this, or rather, who could forget this? Mighty Arsenal on the wrong end of one of the most outrageous of giant-killing acts as Wrexham sent them back to North London battered and bewildered. And that was without the man, affectionately known as Psycho, properly known as Gary Bennett, who's plundered no less than 89 goals in the 2.5 seasons he's been with Wrexham, the best record in all 4 divisions. Just think what he'd do if he liked training.
I think the lads are jealous, really, because I wouldn't say I was a lazy trainer, but I'm not the best in the world. And I think the lads are jealous that I scored all the goals and get away with it. So there's only a bit of jealousy there, I think.
Against Arsenal, nobody gives a chance. People are now giving us, and in some quarters are making us favourites, which I don't think that is true.
And certainly under new manager George Burley, Premier Division opponents Ipswich are showing signs of revival. 4-1 they beat fellow strugglers Leicester this week. Nevertheless, this is not the sort of FA Cup tie they'd have picked.
Wrexham are a good side, and it's a case of, you know, that giant killing. I mean, I've been in situations before with Ipswich where, you know, we've maybe lost out, and so it's never going to be easy.
And if you fancy a flutter on Wrexham for the Cup, the odds 300 to 1.
And it was in North Wales 3 years ago that then league champions Arsenal succumbed to Wrexham and 37-year-old Mickey Thomas.
Oh, what a goal, Mickey Thomas! He's done it, the magic little man.
Of this afternoon's third round. Monday evening, 10:45.
Going through to yet another round. We'll go to the racecourse first. Wrexham against the side struggling at the bottom of the FA Carling Premiership, Ipswich Town. Commentary on this one from Ian Gwyn Hughes.
Connolly gets it well, looking for Bennett. Not the best clearance, stops to Jonathan Cross. Shot from Cross, just past the post. Jonathan Cross. Mistake there by Phil Hardy, chance here for Thompson. Thompson, is the angle too wide? Across it comes, and Tony Hughes back to concede the corner. Durkin looks for Bennett. You would normally expect Gary Bennett to put those in the back of the net. Go on, yeah. Tries the old back header. It's off the bar, and it's wide. Well, Mason came in, hoping to capitalise on the save from Andrew Marriott, but that certainly is a let-up for Wrexham. Johnson. Bit of a gap opening up to Thompson. Marriott has to be alert. He's away. A penalty. Down he goes. No, says the referee. And that'll be a talking point. Defender maybe a bit too casual. Bennett goes one way, goes the other. Finds the ball across. Saved by Baker. Went for goal himself, did Gary Bennett. Connolly. Ipswich defenders just stood off for a second. Connolly to Cross. Cross to Durkin. Durkin on the volley. Oh, brilliant goal by Kieran Durkin. Absolutely superb volley. Baker had no chance. And less than a quarter of an hour into the second half, Wrexham take the lead with a move of quality. Tanner gets the ball back, finds Johnson. Johnson! And that was an excellent opportunity for Ipswich Town to equalise. Lenigan is up. They're all either in the penalty area or on the side of the penalty area. Header comes in, and it's an equaliser. Lenigan gets the header. Humes towards Connolly. Connolly, down he goes, penalty! Carl Connolly! Gary Bennett has already scored 8 times from the penalty spot this season. Bennett, and it's there! Gary Bennett! What drama indeed here at the racecourse! Baker seemed to have saved the ball, but Gary Bennett placed it wide of him.
Magnificent win there for Wrexham.
They defeated the Premiership's bottom club, Ipswich, by the same score. All the goals came in the second half, with Wrexham's Kieran Durkin giving his side the lead after 59 minutes. Ipswich equalised 6 minutes from time, but Wrexham scored a penalty 2 minutes later to take them through.
The FA are trying to block that. Obviously, pictures of Wrexham, the cup heroes there, cock-a-hoop they are, and West Ham, who beat Wycombe Wanderers, which was, I think, even we were with Wycombe winning, but West Ham turned the tide there. Back page of the Mirror, Paul Merson is saying that he is back. He's in line on the back of the Sunday Telegraph there. Wrexham humble the league, Premier League team Ipswich. Great picture there. Some other sporty bits there with Thorpe, who hit 89 and ended up in hospital. We'll have a look at that story a little bit later on. And it's better than beating Arsenal, Wrexham say, as they KO Ipswich. Some nice pictures on the back page there. And another story, which I think we'll have to ask our fans forum soon, is there'll be a Premier Division 2 starting next season. So we'll have to ask the lads about that when they arrive a little bit later on.
Yes, so at the back of the Mail on Sunday, the big headline up here, which is a story inside Sports Mail exclusive, it says, Collymore chase. And that is Manchester United apparently lining up a £6 million bid for Collymore. Well, I think most people think that he will eventually end up there, but the money is going to be the talking point. Millwall still in with a shout. Paul Morgan of the Mail on Sunday reckons that Millwall can still put Arsenal out of the cup. The back page of the Sunday Express. Where are we? Gordon Bennett. That was even better than beating Arsenal, says Flynn. This is Wrexham pulling off their shock by putting Ipswich out of the cup yesterday. And Cantona, buy or I'm off. This apparently is Eric Cantona saying to Alex Ferguson that if they don't strengthen their defence at Manchester United, then he won't sign another long-term contract. So that's quite an interesting story. I'm sure we'll have something to say about that later on. The Independent on Sunday, the fairly obvious headlines. Leeds sweated out, Blues revival no joke. That's the Birmingham drawing against Liverpool. And Wrexham net the big fish.